What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today we are looking at our first deck since New Capenna dropped. And we are embracing New Capenna wholeheartely with this deck, to the point where actually almost every non-land card in it is from New Capenna, and actually there's a fair number of lands that are too. So let's take a look at this thing and see what it's all about. The core of this deck is Fight Rigging. Fight Rigging is where it's at. This is an enchantment for 2 and a green with Hideaway 5, meaning that when it first enters the battlefield, you take a look at the top 5 cards of your library, pick one, tuck it underneath the card, or tuck it underneath Fight Rigging, face down. Your opponent doesn't get to see what it is. Then, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then, if you control a creature with power 7 or greater, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. That's exactly what we like to see. It's pretty fantastic. And in this deck specifically, we have a lot of really big creatures, so it's not hard to get them up to that 7 power. We'll take a look at that suite as well. Not to mention, we also have a couple of really big bombs that we want to be casting off of this, that if we can free cast them, all of a sudden, we cast a 3 mana spell in conjunction with a 3 or 4 drop, and as a result, we then free cast into a 7 drop. Like, that can get absolutely insane. The amount of mana advantage the Fight Rigging gives us while adding to our board is fantastic. This card is the real deal, and I'm looking forward to showing it off here today. Now, what are the big creatures that we have? Chief among them is Shakedown Heavy. This card is absolutely fantastic. It is a 6/4 for 3 with Menace, and when Shakedown Heavy attacks, defending player may have you draw a card. If they do, you untap Shakedown Heavy and remove it from combat. This is not a particularly good aggressive creature because your opponent can choose just to not take the damage. But if they do choose to not take the damage, you get card advantage. That's great. So in a mid-range list, this thing is excellent. In a deck like this, it's a combo piece because it has 6 power, which means if it's on the field, then Fight Rigging drops, Fight Rigging puts a +1/+1 counter on it, boom, instant free cast. So on turn 4, we can be free casting whatever we hit away. So this is pretty fantastic. You'll love to see it. Shakedown Heavy is a phenomenal card in this deck. Other big creatures we have, Tenacious Underdog. This is a 3 power 2 drop that we can blitz out and pay 2 life, and you can also blitz it from your graveyard. You're going to see a lot of this card. It's very, very powerful. It's good on rate. It's a relevant creature type. And if you blitz it, you draw cards when it dies, which is just natural for blitz. So Tenacious Underdog, it's a great card. We're going to see a lot of it. We also have Riveteers Requisitioner. It is very similar to the Tenacious Underdog in that it's a 3 power 2 drop. In this case, a 3/1, not a 3/2. But the 3 is really what we care about. If we get Fight Rigging down on 3 with the Requisitioner or Tenacious Underdog on board, it takes up to a 4 drop right away, or a 4 power creature right away. We're just a couple turns away from firing it off, and we can be swinging and dealing damage that whole time. So that's great. But Riveteers Requisitioner, which I will not attempt to say 3 times fast, also has an added bonus that when it dies, you create a treasure token. So you just can ramp up into some of our bigger threats later. Now, you'll note, as far as other big creatures, we also have Ziatora's Envoy. This is a card that is a 5 power 4 drop with trample that allows you to free cast cards off of the top of your library, and you can blitz it in for 5. This is an enabler for Fight Rigging. It allows you to free cast additional stuff off the top of your library, so you get additional value off of that. You can draw cards if you blitz it, and it is actually it is good enough that if we hit it with Fight Rigging, we're getting a lot of good value. So if we hide away the Envoy with Fight Rigging, I'm not mad at that. That's actually quite good. Yeah, we almost get a Fires of Invention style turn that way, and it feels really nice. But you'll notice, so we have a lot of big, chunky creatures. Well, there's one other card that's available in Standard right now that we're going to be seeing a lot of, that a lot of people are talking about, that really wants you to have big, chunky creatures, especially 3 power 2 drops. And that is, of course, Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. Bobby Nix here is in full force in this deck. So we have 2 different lines of attack that we can take in the early game. We can drop a cheap creature and lead it to Fight Rigging, which then free casts us into stuff, and we can do cool things with that. Or we drop a cheap creature in the early game, spin it into Ob Nixilis, and then start applying pressure to our opponent that way. And then then all of a sudden our creatures become a little more defensive because they're focused on blocking for Ob, while Ob is just pinging away at our opponent's life total in hand. So that's a cool route that we can take. It's an avenue to victory, which is really, really valuable. Yeah, and being able to sacrifice a Shakedown Heavy and uptick an Ob and have it down, up at 7 loyalty already is pretty great. Just throwing that out there. So Fight Rigging and Ob Nixilis both care about the same thing, so it makes sense for them to both be payoffs in the same deck. So here they are. Also, you're going to see this card in pretty much any deck with black and red for the foreseeable future. I think it's very strong. I think it's interesting how even after people get to play it, this is maybe another topic for another video, but I find it very interesting that even after people have gotten a chance to play it, people still seem to disagree on how good it is. You know, people are saying it's the most busted thing since Oko. It's even more busted than Oko. Other people are saying it's the most overrated card ever printed, and it's not that great. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think it's incredibly strong. I think it's incredibly strong, and it needs to be dealt with the moment it hits the field, or your opponent dies. That's how it works. And I think it's a very powerful 3-drop planeswalker. That's my read on it. Exactly where it falls in the spectrum, I don't know. Time will tell. But anyway, again, I can get into more on that in another topic. But we also have a couple other key pieces. There are just a few pieces of removal as well that can help us really tee up what we're doing. We have Riveteers Charm. So for 3, it's a Soul Shatter, a draw 3, a compulsive draw 3, or exiling your opponent's graveyard. Riveteers Charm is amazing. Like, all the charms are pretty good in whatever shells they fit in, but Riveteers Charm is probably the strongest of all of them. It's phenomenal. It's great. It's exactly the removal you need at the time you need. It's graveyard hate. It's card draw. It's fantastic. So it's in the deck. We also have Bloodchief's Thirst. Bloodchief's Thirst is especially valuable because it can hit creatures and planeswalkers. The main reason that we have Bloodchief's Thirst over cards like Infernal Grasp is because, one, it's a 1-drop, so that's nice. We do like 1-drop. It can also become an unrestricted removal for 4, which is really nice with no downside. So 4 mana is a lot to spend, but if that 4 mana is blowing up a Ren 7 or a 12/12 of some kind, it can usually be worth it. But more importantly, Bloodchief's Thirst, being able to kill 1 and 2 drops on 1 means this is actually a way to counter our opponent's Ob Nixilis. And, it may sound kind of crazy because spot removal can't get rid of 2 planeswalkers. However, if your opponent drops a Tenacious Underdog, that's a good sign that they're teeing up to get Ob Nixilis on the field. Bloodchief's Thirst can kill the Tenacious Underdog, preventing them from casualtying Ob. And as a result, if they do choose to play out Ob Nixilis, they only get 1. In all likelihood, they probably won't choose to play it out. They'll probably try to play out another creature or try to set it up again, which they may be successful in doing, but if we're lucky, our Riveteers Charm or something like that will be online, and it'll be enough of a tempo swing that, that's pretty valuable. I think it's worth it. So Bloodchief's Thirst is chosen here as a counteract to Ob Nixilis. That's how strong. That's an indicator of how strong I think the card is. Also, it's great at wrecking like Luminarch Aspirants if you're going up against like Mono White, that kind of thing. There are a lot of great 1 and 2 drops. Being able to pick them off is good. And finally, last but not least, our primary Fight Rigging payoff, as well as a ramp target for later, or a big late game threat, is the Titan of Industry. 7/7 for 7 with reach and trample, but wait, there's more. You either get to destroy target artifact enchantment, gain 5 life, create a 4/4 green rhino creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature you control, and you get 2 of those. Titan of Industry is... Now, here's the thing. I was incredibly high on Titan of Industry prior to Capenna releasing. When they first spoiled this card, I thought it was the best. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I think it is very, very good still. The ability to create a Rhino and gain 5 life, it digs you out of a lot of threats. I think in Limited, this card is 100% bomb, like pack one, pick one, no hesitation, just grab it. But in Constructed, I have found the influence on it, the impact that it has on the board is good. It can help you get back into it, but at the end of the day, because it can be removed so easily and so much of its value is dependent on its body, that those ETB triggers are good, but they're not as good as I had previously thought. That said, if we can Shakedown Heavy into Fight Rigging on 4, get a Titan of Industry online in addition to a 7/5 Shakedown Heavy on turn 4, that's pretty darn good. We can do a lot of crazy stuff with that, and I like doing big, dumb, crazy stuff. So that is the primary reason the Titan of Industry is in the deck. If you have 2 Titan of Industries in your starting hand, consider a mull. This is one of those cards that you want in the deck so that you can hit it with the Hideaway on Fight Rigging far more than you want it in your hand, because we don't have that. I mean, the Riveteers Requisitioner is the only kind of ramp we have. It is the only treasure generator in the whole deck. So getting to the Titan of Industry naturally is hard. Not impossible, but hard. And if a game is going long enough for a Titan of Industry to be hard cast out of your hand, then our early game plan fell apart somewhere. Not impossible. These things happen, but that's definitely plan B. But yeah, so that's the deck. I call it Jun Rigging. This is our Jun fight rigging deck. And let's take it out onto the ladder and see what we can do. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, because I do deck techs like this, as well as individual card deep dives, combo explanations, and even tips for new players on this channel. So I would love to see you around. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/hamhocks42. I stream Monday through Friday, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I go usually till about 11. So I'd love to see you out there. If you have any deck ideas, please leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Let's take this out into some gameplay and see what we can do. We got 3 lands. We got the Bloodchief's Thirst, Shakedown Heavy, and Bob. It feels pretty good. So I'm going to throw the Deathcap Glade first. So we have access to black and green. Our Blightstep Pathway can come in as red. We got all of our Jun colors represented. Riveteers in the house. Jukai Naturalist. I can blast that, which feels really tempting. However, I think I want to progress my plan a little bit. The Shakedown Heavy is going to be able to block that Jukai Naturalist comfortably, and they can put whatever enchantments they want on it. Bloodchief Thirst can still hit it for 1, and we'll be able to do that next turn alongside fight rigging. So that seems pretty decent. Howler Haunting? All right. Would have been nice to prevent that from going online. It would have been, but here we are. All right, I'm going to bring that down as a green source. Let's rig the fight. I like fight rigging. That's right. I said it. I like fight rigging. You know what? I'm living the dream. I'm going to have fight rigging under a fight rigging. Let's go. We're going to Bloodchief Thirst that Jukai Naturalist. Get that sucker gone. Ding, ding. And we're going to cast out the other fight rigging, which is going to get us a Riveteers Charm. That's not bad. Not bad. Would you care to take 7 damage to the face opponent? If not, a card, please. That would be much appreciated. Thank you for the card. I will take it. I will gladly accept this card. So they're eyeing my fight rigging. The double fight rigging. Which is fairly gross, I will be honest. It's nice. Unfortunately, we didn't hit a Titan of Industry or an Envoy in either of those, which would have been ideal, but that's okay. Era of Enlightenment, sure, and they get their little homie. I don't love their homies, but whatever. Tis what 'tis. So we do have the Shakedown Heavy and Ob Nixilis in hand, so we can do some cool things with that. We might have an opportunity, well, we do have an opportunity to cash in this Shakedown Heavy for Ob Nixilis. Ooh, they're going to Boseiju my fight rigging. That's unfortunate. But I will search for some land. Thank you, opponent. Ziatora's Proving Ground. All right. That gives us some options this turn, actually. That gives us a lot of options, and I like it. Let's go. Throw down another heavy. Swinging in. Opponent, do you accept this damage to your face? Oh, you do. How nice. Wham. And then, let's follow it up with Ob Nixilis. I'm going to be sacrificing my 8 power critter. Ding, da ding. Let us create a devil first. We don't need to do this necessarily. Let's uptick it. So we now have a 9 loyalty Ob Nixilis. That feels pretty good. And we got a 4 life swing. Gonna gain 2 life off Era of Enlightenment. Sure, that's fine. I'm over it. Borrowed time, presumably going after that 9 loyalty. But no, they're going after the Shakedown Heavy. Interesting choice. Okay. Are they planning on attacking into Ob so that I don't ult him? Because to be honest, I'm kind of okay with that. I was going to uptick him anyway. You know, I will block this Spirit, though. I will take it out. Because the Spirits buff each other based on how many there are. We can always use more mana. Always use more mana. Okay, another devil. Ding ding. Uptick. Discarding a wedding announcement. That feels pretty good. All right. So we have double Riveteers Charms back. It feels pretty awesome. We can force them to sacrifice the Hand of Enlightenment. It's just a 2/2 first striker. Hallowed Haunting coming down. That's a thing. I don't love that. But there's also basically nothing I can do about it, so here we are. We got the lands to speak of, which is nice, but let's go ahead and hit me with 3 more. Again. Hit me again. Alright. I'm going to play out the land first. Ziatora's Envoy, and I will not be blitzing it. Followed by a Ziatora's Envoy, and I will not be blitzing it. Boom! The other option that we had was to Bloodchief's Thirst a fair amount. Get rid of the spirit tokens. That was an option, but I've at this point I wanted to establish more of a board presence. Which might end up biting me. Let's see if we can get this fight rigging going. Although, unless they have life gain, this is a win right here. Pew, pew. Ult on Bob should be lethal. Got him. Awesome. Okay, that felt good. Alright, so that's what this deck's trying to do. Taking on green white enchantments, taking them down. You love to see it. 3-lane hand with a Riveteers Requisitioner and a Shakedown Heavy and a Charm. This actually looks great. We don't have Ob or the fight rigging yet, but if we draw into either, we're going to be golden. And I like being golden. It's a good place to be. It's a good state to be in it. Unless you're that guy from Cut of the Prophets, because, yeah, that being golden in that situation, not so good. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, look up the card art for the new Capenna card, Cut of the Prophets. Whew, nightmare fuel. All right, so they have the Shambling Gas. We may want to just get rid of that right now, actually. Hitting with the Bloodchief Thirst on that might be a good idea, but I'm going to actually go ahead and be a little more proactive and play out the Requisitioner first. The thought behind popping the Shambling Gas is if they have Ob Nixilis, but we probably need to confirm that they're in Rakdos first, which it looks like they're not. Blightstep Scout. Oh, they're playing they're jamming zombies. How cute. Sorry, that sounded really demeaning. I don't know, just zombies. Okay, cool. Like, I'm not mad at zombies. Blightstep Scout is a great Bloodchief Thirst target, so that's nice. We're going to swing in. We're going to swing low. Sweet Chariot. Boom. They're going to create a treasure token, but so are we. Which is nice. I'll take it. Ding ding. So we're going to play out a Shakedown Heavy. And then use that treasure token to kill their Scob. Because I don't like my opponent having Lords down. It's not nice. Now, they have all the cards in the world, so that's a thing. Yeah, they're going to tap out for Bloodchief Thirst to get the heavy off the field. That's fair. I can't blame them. I would want to do the same. Well, and so as a result, I'm just going to cast out another one. Feels pretty good. So they lost the treasure token to do that, and if they have another Bloodchief Thirst, it would take them another turn to take out this one, and we have yet another one in hand. So it's kind of delaying the inevitable here. Archghoul, sure. Go nuts. Bobby, what up? You may wonder, why do I keep calling him Bobby? I don't know, because it's funny. That's all. That's the only reason. Ooh, they're going to take it. Taking it like a champ. All right. Boom. Let's go. And we're going to get Obby. We're going to get Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. Get him going. All right. Devil time. Uptick time. Bing, bing. All right, sweet. And the Devil can trade with the Archghoul, which feels pretty good. And we've got 3 bodies on board that they need to deal with now. Giralf. All right, Archghoul now has flying, but both of our Obs are at 4 loyalty, so they can take 1 hit. Yeah, you'll love to see it. All right, Ziatora's Proving Grounds, not bad. Giralf's 3, Archghoul's 3. Okay. Okay. Actually, and Giralf's at 4. Well, first things first, let's just tick. Get some upticks going. And I think we hold the Riveteers Charm for next turn, because if they attack in and we throw the Riveteers Charm out, their choices are to sacrifice the Archghoul of Thraben. The choices are to sacrifice the Archghoul or Giralf. So the choice is either it dies straight up, or the main threat dies, or it stops flying, and the Devil can deal with it. So we're gonna be fine. They gotta swing at the one they can kill, sure. Here we go now, here we go. Target opponent sacks one of their 3 drops. Can't touch Blades. His scab's got to be tied for the highest. It's got to be one of the highest mana cost creatures you got. Yeah, this puts them in a bad position, which is exactly where I want them. They want to sacrifice the scab, but they can't. Yeah. So Giralf is a key piece of their engine, but they're gonna. Yeah, so the Archghoul is gonna go. Gonna potentially draw a card here. They're gonna mill it instead. But those were their attacks for the turn, so that's that. Let's go ahead and get our uptick on. Discarding a Fell Stinger, that was a great hit for us. I'll take it. Gonna blitz in the Requisitioner. Gonna go ham on him. That's what I do. Gotta stay on brand, you know. And if the Requisitioner bites it here and we get the treasure token and draw a card, we're going to be able to cast out the Shakedown Heavy before the end of turn. That'd be nice. I'd like that. So I'm hoping they block the Requisitioner because, and I mean, they kind of, like, they don't have to, but they really ought to because they're at 6 right now. Yeah, looks like the Requisitioner and the Scab might trade here. Or Giralf's going to take out the Requisitioner, that's fine. I'm going to take 1 from the Devil. Yeah, okay. We're shaking down heavy. Or as I like to point out, I'm more of a milkshake heavy myself. But yeah. It's a dumb joke, but I stand by it. They have an opportunity to kill the token here. And they would be well served to go for it, and they're going to down tick the other one as well while they're at it. Fair enough. So the token being the one that's gone is a little bit of a bummer for sure, because no, they play the Fellstring, but they don't actually explode. Hey, what up, dog? Love to see you. Love to see you, buddy. All right. They're just going to lose some life. I'm going to toy with them a little bit, make it look like they could win this thing, but they way can't. They could use a double block here, and frankly, it wouldn't even matter. We still got them. And that's what they have to do because of Menace. So the Shakedown Heavy dies, which is mildly unfortunate, but only mildly so. We still have a body on board for the casualty. So fresh Ob, and I will get 2 of them because I can. Ping ping. Even though 1 would definitely have been sufficient. Yeah, got him. Yeah, Ob is strong. Alright, good game, opponent. This is tempting because the Requisitioner around the draw. I think we need to mull this. As much as I would have liked to keep that, I don't think in good conscience I couldn't. All right, let's keep this. I'm gonna let the Force go. This is a significantly better hand. It's a significantly better hand. We would have had some mana issues with the last one too. Now we are kind of opening ourselves up to get flooded here, but that's okay. We'll be all right. I say that because usually, I mean, it's not uncommon to keep a 4-lander and then get flooded. But we got a Tenacious Underdog. We got a Shakedown Heavy on 3, and a Requisitioner Charm, Riveteer Charm back, ready to go. Feels good. Not to mention the Bloodchief Thirst. Royal Eruption on the Underdog? Sure, that's fine. You know, if you're going to spend removal opponent, I'd like you to spend it on the stuff I can bring back. That's generally how I feel about that. Alright, got more removal? Just a question, just a thought. So we're probably going to play out Boseiju, who endures as a land here. Hinata. Alright. Gotta get rid of Hinata right away. And yes, this is going to cost 4. I know. I don't care. You will not cast a Magma Opus with Hinata down on my watch, opponent. And if you're wondering why we didn't do the Bloodchief Thirst there, because with the kicker, it would have cost 5. So that was not an option. Boom, to the face. Alright. So let's see. Does the opponent have another Hinata? Ooh, no, but they're going to burn down the house. All right, fair enough. Oh, they are lucky they did that. All right, so we're going to blitz the Tenacious Underdog in here. We're going to get in for 3 damage while we can, and we're going to draw a card at the end step. So, not bad. We lose 2 life, but 3 damage, draw a card. You can do a lot worse than that. Takenuma is fine. You can get our Shakedown Heavy back, so that's something. Goldilocks, the Goldspan Dragon, pretty good, pretty good. Riveteers Charm can get rid of that, as can the Bloodchief Thirst. Could use the land. We don't just race here, right? That's a fool's errand. Errand? I don't know. It's a foolish endeavor. I'm going to use the Bloodchief Thirst here to get rid of the Goldspan Dragon. They will get some more mana, which they probably have something to do with. If that's a saw it coming, it's definitely going to be coming out now. No, but the March of Swirling Mist. Underrated card. Quite good with Goldspan Dragon. This deck's probably running Show of Confidence, is my guess. This is probably a Show of Confidence deck, which is a cool deck, to be fair. It's quite a cool deck, actually. They have 9 mana available right now, if my math serves. No, 10 mana available, if my math serves. Now the question, with which math serves? All right, anyway. Oh, that's 11 damage? Good lord. Well, crap. Not much we can do here. There's, basically nothing we can do here. We can throw out Ob and down tick to create the Devil. We can try to Bloodchief Thirst the Goldspan Dragon, in which case the Hall just gets in for the win. I'm trying to think, is there anything on the Riveteers Charm that we could throw that would get us there, and I don't think there is. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, Bobby Nix. They held the sod coming. Yeah, it wouldn't have been anything anyway. Yeah, they got it. All right. All right, so we're gonna take a gold span to the face here, but c'est la vie. Yep, good game opponent. Turns out Jess got control. Pretty good. Pretty good. That's okay. Well, thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate it very, very much. We did get to see this deck pop off, which is delightful. I'm glad that you got an opportunity to see that. The full deck list is going to be in the description of this video, so please check that out. And thank you for making it to the end. I should have led with that. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the video. It means the world. If you wouldn't mind dropping a subscription and also hitting that like button, it would mean the world. I'd really appreciate that. And also check out some of the other videos that we have on the channel. If you want to see other deck techs like this, please let me know in the comments below. I've got all kinds of weird janky brews around Streets of New Capenna, so there's going to be plenty more coming. All the more reason to hit that subscribe button. So I look forward to catching you on the next one. And until then, have a good day.